it's still been a few days since the transfer window ended, and I'm still feeling quite happy about it. You know, I've been thinking non-stop about all the deadline day signings and just waiting for them to play in West Ham colours for the first time. Well, David Moyes has spoken about the players who did sign, and he wants to talk about them in more depth, and he did so on West Ham's official website. So the point of this wheel and deal is something a little bit different. It's a summary of the new signings and what David Moyes thinks of them. I'm also going to be touching on a little bit about what they think about West Ham. David Moyes is known as Dithering Dave for a reason. He does wait until the very end of the transfer window to actually get some stuff done, but it does end up paying off. I might as well note that in the last few transfer windows Moyes has been at the club, he's always done his business during the last week. I'll give a couple of examples. In January 2020, he signed Thomas Soucek and Jared Bowen within the last few days of that window. He signed Vladimir Sofal and Saïd Benrahma in the last few days of the summer 2020 window. January 2021, he signed Jesse Lingard at the last minute. In this summer's transfer window, he signed Kurt Zouma, Nikola, Vlašić and Alex Kral, all within the last few days of the window. And even though he is Dithering Dave, there is some method in the madness here, because he wants to find the right players, the best players, and players who aren't just there to bridge a gap. That criteria I just said goes against everything David Sullivan's done in the past, and David Moyes is now bringing in right players to create suitable competition and competent backup options, should any players be absent. That's why I also like David Moyes. He wants to find players who work for the badge and aren't just there for the paycheck. And also don't forget, these new signings create competition in the team. And that's something West Ham do need, competition. Why? Because it means that no spots are guaranteed and that everyone's going to have to work to become regular first team players. And that's why you need depth yet again. Players can't just be in the team and just know that they're going to get played week in, week out because there's nobody there to fight for it. Everyone's going to be fighting and competing to start and show why they're worthy of a place in this team. And these three who've just joined us definitely are worthy of putting up the fight. I'm going to talk about what David Moyes has said about each three of them, and I'm going to be starting off with defender Kurt Zouma. Kurt is a player we have tracked for some time, and we have taken great care and diligence to make the transfer happen, the manager revealed. He was always our first choice, and I'm very happy that he is now our player. Kurt will join a squad full of players who are hungry and ambitious. He will provide competition to our squad. He is a strong, powerful player with great experience in the Premier League, while he is also at a good age for a centre-back. What that is more or less admitting is that Zouma was Moyes' first choice of a player. I may as well add this in while I talk about Zouma. David Moyes desperately wanted Zouma to come, and had this transfer not gone through, it would have seriously obliterated any remaining relationship that Moyes has with the ownership, notably Sullivan. So this transfer had to go through to appease the manager and the fans. Not to say that it was a reactionary measure, even though it was somewhat the case, but at the same time, this is a player of the manager's choosing. And what this means is that David Moyes has gotten what he wanted. He describes Kurt Zouma as a player who has always been a first choice. I don't dispute that at all. He is joining a squad full of players that are hungry and ambitious. And the hunger and the ambition is what David Moyes wants in the team as well. Don't forget. Competition is what I hinted at earlier. We need that competitive nature within the team and on the pitch during games as well. But it starts off by fighting for your place and showing why you've got the grit and determination to play for West Ham United Football Club. He's arguably been one of the most consistent, strongest and biggest aerial threats in the Premier League over the last few seasons. He's experienced in the Premier League, that is for sure. He's been here in England for 8 years now. He's won a lot of silverware in that time, and he adds that winning mentality to the team. So having a lot of silverware has created a winning mentality in Zouma's mind, and that's what he can bring to West Ham United as well. He's 26 years old, so he's still considered very young. He's not like some 33-year-old washed-up has-been, and this is good. he's going to be a good signing for West Ham. And in my opinion, he gets in the first team right away. We pull out Dawson and we put Zouma in straight away. Him and Ogbonna would form a really good centre-back partnership. And we've needed another centre-back at West Ham because that's a position where there's a lot of ageing. Our only good defender prior to him signing was Angelo Ogbonna, and he's 33 years old and out of contract next summer. So we needed centre-back depth. Kurt Zouma is someone we can have for a few years to come. Next up, I'm going to be talking about Nikola Vlašić, and this is what the manager said about the Croat. I was really impressed with how determined Nikola was to become a West Ham player. It's that hunger and ambition that fits with what we are trying to build here at the club. Again, hunger and ambition is a key part of these transfers. I won't go into too much detail, I'll just sound like a broken record and just reiterating what I said in the last 3 clips. So, I do want to talk about Vlašić and why this is a better bit of business than Lingard. Not at least because of the age, not at least because of the longevity of the player being better than Lingard's. It's the fact Nikola Vlašić wanted to come to West Ham. Lingard was pursued all summer in what seemed a never-ending storyline. And now he's admitted in one way or another that he never wanted to come to West Ham. Well, he can go and sit on the bench at Man United and just rot. I'm sorry, but he can. I mean, I'm thankful for what he did last season for West Ham, but he can sit on the bench and just, lull about. You know what I'm saying? Whilst Vlašić is going to get some game time. And the good thing about signing another attacking midfielder is the fact that Saïd Benrahma's meant to be going off to the AFCON in January and joining the Algeria team. So we need that position covering. Vlašić can cover that. He can even play as a false 9 as well as his natural number 10 position. And even play right winger. Who would you rather stick on the right wing? I mean, Yarmolenko, Bowen, Vlašić? I know who would probably get first choice. Bowen would get first choice. But even if you put Vlašić on the right wing, it would mean Bowen could go on the bench and then you've got a reliable attacking option on the bench. So Vlašić was yet again another good bit of business by David Moyes. Pardon me, by the way, for that. And I'm thinking to myself when I see this, determination, he's got the right attitude to be at West Ham, he's committed, and he's really excited for the opportunity, so he's welcome here with open arms as far as I'm concerned. Up next, and finally, Alex Kral, the deadline day loan signing from Spartak Moscow, who also used to play against Nikola Vlašić in the Moscow derby, might I add. We've brought him in on loan initially, and hopefully, over the course of the season, he will make a valuable contribution, particularly with our busier schedule of fixtures. Alex is another established international player with the Czech Republic, and we hope he has similar characteristics and hunger to that of Thomas and Vladimir. Hunger seems to be a recurring word in all of this. I want to say one thing about Thomas, Vladimir and Alex. Alex being the newcomer. One thing about Eastern European people that I will say is they're extremely hard-working immigrants when they come over to another country. In Canada, we have Eastern European immigrants. A lot of people here are of Ukrainian descent. They have a very hard-working, blue-collar mentality. Our 3 Czech mates at West Ham have that. They're an example of that. Thomas, Vladimir and Alex are all compatriots at West Ham United. And when you have compatriots at a club, as I've said in previous videos, it helps you to settle in a little bit better. It helps you to communicate better and helps you to feel at home a little bit more. Alex is going to be coming over to London sometime after the international break. Him and his girlfriend will be moving over. And, and also, we can't forget about Svitkova. Katarina Svitkova, who plays for West Ham Women. She's Czech as well. So that's 4 Czech people at West Ham United who are all best friends with each other. I know that. I've seen them have photographs together and stuff. I think Alex Kral will make a valuable contribution because he's a solid, fundamental defensive midfielder. He doesn't score goals. He doesn't assist really a lot. Well, he had 6 assists in 53 games for Spartak Moscow. But Kral is known for intercepting balls and passing. He just does his basic job as a defensive midfielder properly and competently. And that's the reason why I think fans are going to like Kral. We do need him into some rotation as well. And again, he's going to be fighting for competition in the team. He's going to be fighting for a place in the team. So it's a good signing. It's convenient. He's got 2 Czech players there to help him. And who knows, we might be adding a few more Czech gems in the future at this rate. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Wheel and Deal. If you like the video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe for more content. Over the next week or so, before I get into the Southampton preview, I'm going to be doing Off the Press. I might throw an over to you in depending on if I have time. And I have a video planned which is going to be something a little bit different. You're going to find out what it is. So stay tuned until then. Thank you very much for watching. Take care and I'll see you all soon.